Welcome you officially to the weekend edition of the podcast Voices from Exile with activist Martin K. and Collie. You know, we've got a lot to talk about this afternoon, this evening, or this night, depending on where you are. So, the first thing we want to talk about, we want to give you additional information about what really happened on the day that the dead bodies or the corpses of Gifty and Albert were dashed on the principal street of Monrovia, Broad Street. You know where I sit? I get a lot of information from very credible sources. 100%, you can trust my source 100%. What I'm about to tell you, you can trust it 100%. So those of you who are on, do me a favor by hitting the share button. Just do us a favor by hitting the share button. That's all we need you to do, so other people can be privileged to hear what I'm about to say. So all of you are aware that the killers, I'm saying the killers because it is established that Gifty and Albert were killed. You don't need to go to court. You don't need the best criminal justice expert. You don't need the best forensic investigator. You don't need the best pathologist to establish that they were killed. But for the sake of formalities and best practices, we will have to go through those necessary and legit procedures and processes. But what I have to say to you, where the car was parked on the day the dead bodies were discovered is very close to the UBA bank. Now, my source within the NSA, don't ask me who's that person, but a very credible individual, high ranking, very credible, 100%. My source within the Liberia National Security Agency, NSA, reliably informed me this morning that the CC camera at the UBA bank captured the two men who parked the car with the dead bodies of Gifty and Albert. I repeat, this is 100% credible. You can trust it because the government now is asking the manager to turn over the CCTV or he will continuously be harassed. The manager of UBA Bank is currently being harassed. The manager of UBA Bank, Broad Street branch, is being harassed currently because where they park the car is almost opposite the UBA Bank, adjacent the Secret Heart Cathedral, right facing the UBA Bank, because the car was parked like opposite UBA Bank. UBA Bank is the United Africa Bank or United Bank of Africa. Yes, United Bank of Africa, UBA. And UBA has CC camera that covers that entire Broad Street. It looks straight down Broad Street. The camera is facing straight down Broad Street. So anybody that posts anything on Broad Street or anything that happens on Broad Street, that CC camera captures. I'm giving you 100%. If this information is 100%, you know I can just tell you anything. The camera captured the two men who parked the Jeep with the dead bodies of Gifty and Albert. Currently, the government is harassing the manager of the UBA, the United Africa Bank, on Broad Street branch. That UBA camera, CC camera, has all of the information in the facts. The two persons that brought the dead bodies of Gifty and Albert. So all of us now need to request the CC camera of UBA All of us need to request the CC camera of UBA. That should be the next debate. The CC camera of UBA captures the entire Broad Street. That's how they face the camera. You know, these banks, they have cameras in all directions. And the reason is for security. Armed robbers could go there to burglarize or to loot the bank. So they have cameras in the four corners of the bank. Not even at UBA, but almost all the banks have cameras. Almost all the banks on Broad Street, they got cameras because of insecurity. So UBA's bank, UBA's webcam or camera captured the two men that brought the dead bodies. If we can get the two men, we can get who killed them. The two men who brought the car and parked the car, the camera captured them. I'm telling your fellow Liberians, we need to get the CC camera of the UBA. Why are they harassing the UBA branch manager for the information of the camera? Why? Why are they harassing him to destroy the evidence? I'm saying this with every fiber of my being. This information is 100% credible. You can take it to the bank. The incident was captured by UBA's webcam or CC camera, whatever you call it. But what my source told me, the government of Liberia is harassing the branch manager of UBA Broad Street to turn over those information or to damage the pieces of evidence. So all of us now, but look at the position of the car. The car was right opposite the UBA bank. And the camera is facing in that direction. Even if you go there now, you'll see the camera facing in that direction. And it goes as far as down Broad Street. So anything that happens as far as down Broad Street, that particular CC camera captures it. Are you hearing me, fellow Liberians? The camera at that bank, UBA, goes as far as down Broad Street. That's how they face the camera. That's how they position the camera. And they have cameras all around the bank. So look at the position of the car and look at the bank. So the CC camera captured the entire scene, the entire scenario, the entire incident. So if we can get the camera, if we can get the CC camera, we can get those two men who, because the informant from the NSA said two men parked the car. It's on the camera. We need to get the camera. We need to get the camera. So all of you watching this podcast, please hit the share button. Let's intensify our campaign to get the camera of the UBA branch on Broad Street. And my informant also asked me, do you know that the Americans also have satellite? Satellite that covers the entire Broad Street, including Central Monrovia. I said, how did I manage to know all these things? I don't even know that the Americans have satellite on top of Duco. I don't know. He said, yes, they have satellite that captures Broad Street, including Broad Street. So they may have even gotten what happened. I said, wow. How did I manage to know the Americans got satellite on top of Duco that captures the entire Broad Street and Central Monrovia? Anything that happened in the satellite piece it up. How did I manage to know? How did I manage to know that UBA's camera is facing straight down Broad Street? Go to the bank tomorrow and see the position of the camera. They got cameras around the entire bank. Go to the bank tomorrow and see the position of the camera. It looks straight down Broad Street. And where the men park the car not too far from the bank, the camera captured the thing. The camera captured the thing. As I speak to you now, the manager of UBA Broad Street is being harassed by the government to produce the CC camera or destroy the evidence on the camera. Why are they bothering the manager of the UBA bank? If they didn't do anything, if they didn't commit any crime, if they are interested in investigating the matter so that we seek justice for the victims, why are they bothering the manager of the UBA bank, Broad Street branch? So I am saying, fellow Liberians, because any information I have to share it with you. Let's investigate the CC camera of the UBA. We will definitely get to know those cruel and evil men who brought the car with the dead bodies of Gifty and Albert and parked right opposite UBA. Right opposite UBA. Right opposite UBA. Oh no, I didn't even know how I know the Americans have satellite too. All those things that can happen, they got everything. But they were not, I don't know why they were not exposed. It probably due to diplomacy or whatever. I don't know. But that's wickedness. It should be exposed. The doers should be brought to justice. Somebody says, Pastor Kotu Nebi, rules of engagement. Samuel Jackson, lawyer, brought the photo of the cameras placed at the top of the building and asked for the video recording of these cameras. Oh yes, the Americans are monitoring. So my people, let's ask for the CC camera of UBA. That the next debate, oh, tomorrow I will intensify it. We got to get the CC, because the thing to play right to the bank, right near the bank. And you can tell me CC camera on, something taking place, right to the place, the camera is looking straight down Broad Street, right to where they park the car, then the camera will not capture it. No, the camera capture it. Then a debate there. Join me, let's intensify the debate. The family needs to organize themselves and demand the CC camera of UBA through the court. It can happen through the court. That's why we are trying to raise some money for the family, so that we hire a group of professional lawyers that will petition the court for a writ of subpoena. It's called subpoena, S-U-B-P-O-E-N-A. So the court will subpoena the UBA to produce the CC camera. We need a CC camera. We need, because if we get the CC camera, we'll get who brought the car. When we get those who brought the car, they will tell how they managed to get a dead body in the car that they brought to that position, right near the bank. You see how God can confuse people? They didn't even notice that you get bank around there and the bank got camera. They just brought the car, parked it right near the bank, left the dead body, and they want us to believe that those people were having affairs and they died. My people ain't see how the country wicked. The families have to fight harder, because some of us are fighting, but we don't have the final say. It is left with the family to fight as we fight along with them. Some things we want to do, we can't do it because we are not the family members. Some action we want to take, we can't take it because we are not family members of the deceased. So the family members have to be willing to fight along with us and take some very critical, independent decision, because we have to know the cause of death. The family should be interested in knowing the cause of death and the doers of the act. That should be the family's concern. God confused them. They went and parked right near bank. You know that CC camera at the bank? You know CC camera can be the bank. You go back to the bank. And the CC camera is always on, because the bank is always on. The bank got ATM system. People can go there for money 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So the light never goes off. The electricity never goes off. It's on always. And in as much as it is on always, CC camera will be on. Whether you park out at 4 a.m., you park out at 3 a.m., you park out at 1 a.m., CC camera always on, my people. And they went and parked right near the bank. Group of killers. You killed the people, you went and parked them near the bank. You don't even get common sense that the bank got CC cameras. And you see how God can do things? You see how God, we need a CC camera of the bank. We need a CC camera of the bank. Why is the government pressure rising the bank manager? My source told me, because 2 different sources. One from the NSA and one from the very same UBA. 2 different sources. They got the CC camera, they got to produce it. They got to produce the scene on that CC camera when that car was being parked. The camera captured the faces of the 2 men who parked that car. You're right, Smith Massacre. They will soon say the bank camera sport. You're right. Because the manager himself under pressure, he will be afraid. And he will say, oh, you know, our camera is not good. The same thing they did to this guy, to Harry Greaves. When they requested the camera for the hotel where he was last seen, how they can call that hotel on our highway? Kennedy Hotel. There where they call him for meeting. Who he went to meeting. They messed him up at the meeting, brought his body way beyond the executive mansion. Brought his body way to the executive mansion. After messing him up there, they asked for the camera. The hotel said the camera spoiled. You supposed to be talking camera spoiled? You now see camera of hotels, banks spoiling before like that? You don't see camera of bank hotel spoiling like that? Alright, somebody just send the manager number. I don't know whether it is his number, but he too has to be careful because my source informs me that he's being targeted. He's being targeted, and with this information I'm providing, he's being targeted. He has to be careful, provide himself security, but we need a CC camera. We need a CC camera. This is the number of the manager of UBA. +231 888 264 682. Okay, so we have his number now. I will send him text, but this is a credible information. They park the car right to that bank. The bank got CC camera. We gotta look at the CC camera, and we gotta go to that date. The time they park that car, we look at that CC camera. Those people will be on the camera. Those people will be on the camera. Those people who brought the car and park it, they will be on the camera. We need a CC camera tomorrow. That one will be on all day. We need that CC camera. You think you'll kill the people for nothing? You guys have killed too many kids, young girls, raped them, they died. Nothing come out of it. No investigation, no autopsy. Y'all kill Harry Greaves. Y'all kill Matthew Innes. Y'all kill the truck driver from Central Bank. Y'all just killing and killing and killing. Nothing coming out of it. No investigation, no forensic investigation, no autopsy. Y'all refuse to even hire pathologists. It should be the responsibility of the government to hire pathologists, especially when a public official or an appointee of government dies. How can somebody be working for you? The person died mysteriously, and you can even spend some money to hire an independent pathologist to investigate? Then you must have a motive. My people, that doesn't make sense. I'm telling you what, and this source I'm telling you about, not ordinary person in the NSA. Top brass. He said, Martin, I trust you. That's why I'm giving you this information. I know you will conceal my identity. Have you ever heard me calling the names of my sources before? I don't do that. I will protect, I will concede the identity of my source or sources. Never will you hear the names of my source or sources. They are always anonymous. That's why they will give me. You not hear the information before? So I look at the whole thing and say, oh, because the car parking right to the bank. I said those people on the CC camera, we gotta get a CC camera. You are very right. My source said, as I speak to you, they are even harassing the bank manager. They are harassing the bank manager. And the bank manager is saying, no, it's private. Our CCTV stuff is private. We can do that. We can get you it. We are running a bank. That business we're running. So all we need to do, we need to request the CC camera of the UBA. They won't only be done through the court. That's why I'm going to give you update of how much we have collected so far for the families of the bereaved. But we are making a serious progress. Very soon we'll be hitting 2,000 United States dollars plus 10,000 Liberian dollars. In a period of just 48 hours. Just 48 hours. We launched this. And a lot of people are willing to contribute, and you too can contribute. Because those people who died, fellow Liberians, were breadwinners of their individual family. So the entire family was depending on them. You know, in Africa, how Africa system is structured. When one person working, rest of the other family members are dependent. They are dependents. So they depend directly on the person who is working. So those two people were working at LRA. making income, providing for their families, and you take their lives away. So what we want to do, we don't just want to talk. We are taking action. We are taking action in pursuit of justice for the victims. Because those were bright young Liberians. Like any one of you, like me. Young professionals that could do a lot for the country. Bright minds. You just snatch away their lives because of greed. Greed. Evil men. Criminals in power. That's who they are. They hate brilliant people. Look at those brilliant people you kill. You kill those people. And you want to lecture us about loving affairs? You kill those people. So all we need to do, fellow Liberians, those of you who are on, please do us a favor, hit the share button as many times as you can. We need a CC camera of UBA. We need a CC camera of UBA. I just told you I had no idea that even the US government got satellite up Duko. No. I had no idea. The informant told me, my source told me, say, Martin, oh, you are not aware? Yes. They can pick up anything from Broad Street. Anything. Whether in the night, 4 a.m., 2 a.m., that satellite picks it up. Then UBA camera was right positioned there. Parked the car, got out from the car, and started going. Camera picked them up. We need a camera. It's painful. Florence, it's really painful. It could be any one of us. And we will be doing the very same thing. Seeking justice in your behalf. Seeking justice in your behalf. So this is what I have to tell you on this matter, fellow Liberian. Okay, this is the manager's name, Theophilus Dundas. Okay, Theophilus Dundas. Needs to do us a favor. Right? Currently, he needs to do all of us a favor. We are not asking him for anything. Your CC camera, because our sources have informed us that your CC camera captured the scene when the car was being parked with the dead bodies of Albert Peters and Miss Lama, Gifted Lama. That's all we want. That's all we want. Just Mr. Theophilus, don't just help us with your camera. Because this is a state matter. This matter is a state matter. Liberians all around the world are interested in knowing what killed those people and who killed them. So we need UBA camera. UBA camera cover that entire area where the car was parked. It covers that entire area where that car was parked. Take out the picture of the position where the car was parked. UBA camera cover that place. We need a UBA, because only UBA around there. You don't get any other bank around there. Only UBA. The church does not have, I don't know whether the church has camera. No, I don't know. But for UBA, even when I was in Liberia, I went to UBA bank once or twice. Camera there. I'm saying camera there. I'm saying it. I've been there more than one time. Camera is a UBA bank. Me, I the one saying it. They want, I'm saying it. Camera there. I saw the camera with my eyes when I was in Liberia. I went there. I went there for money. I went there to encash. Camera is a UBA. This one I'm saying it because I've seen camera there. But my soul said the camera captured the car because where the car was parking was near the bank. So we need a camera. We need a camera. And I'm asking the manager of UBA now to be very cautious and careful with his life. Very cautious, careful with his life. Probably he doesn't want to say the government is harassing him. He's afraid or she afraid. I don't know the manager. No, I don't know the manager. Whether the manager is he or she, I don't know the manager. But probably the manager is afraid to say, oh, government is harassing me for the camera or what is on the camera when the car was parked or this, that, this. All we need is the truth. We need justice. And truth leads to justice. We seek truth. We seek justice. Not only for Gifted and Albert, but we also seek justice for Famboto, the third employee that got mysteriously killed from the LRA. Where it is now, everybody in Liberia will be careful. The country is not safe. So the manager of UBA, everybody got to be careful right now. That's we as Liberia right there. It's not safe. Then somebody wants to ask some of us why we left the country. We're supposed to stay in our country? With the kind of work we do and the kind of engagement we have with the government and other elements in the government, we're supposed to stay in our country? I beg you. Are you killing me? You joking? No, that's not being a conscious militant. I'm a militant. Who told you militants can retreat? Go and read the dialectics of philosophy and politics. Who told you militants can retreat? I retreated. I'm taking a break. I will go back home very soon. But my going back home will be based on strategic reasoning. Oh, you just want me to remain in that country where you got gang groups emerging every day? The government cut down the budget of the Liberia National Police from 17.1 million to 1.1 million because they want to create corridor for gang groups and killers, serial killers. That place you want me to be? You know there is something called bravado. I will be a reckless bravado to do that. To see danger and say, no, it is not danger, I will go into it. You are being a reckless bravado. Seeing danger and going into it because you think you are strong. No. So what I have to say, fellow Liberian, we need the camera. We got to get that camera out. That camera will not spoil. We need the camera. That camera will not spoil the camera at Kenenja Hotel when Harry Gree got killed. They invited Harry Gree at Kenenja for a meeting. Later on, his body was found behind the executive mansion. We requested the camera. They said the camera got problem and spoiled. Camera got problem and spoiled? When did the camera start having problem? You know, the regime is a killer regime. Says Yasini, thanks for joining us, man. Zoe Fremont, thanks for joining us. Howard Menska, thanks to all of you. Sherry Rabos, appreciate your presence. Augustine Gapi, thanks to all of you. We are seeking justice. Louis Free, how are you, Pap? Thanks for joining us. Florence Scully, Makoya Son, Musu Tom, those of you who are on, you know, share this video so that it can reach the manager of the UBA. We are already aware that the camera of the UBA picked up the scene. And the camera picked up those killers who dropped the bodies of Gifty and Albert. We need a camera. We need a camera. That the next noise, we need that camera. That camera must be produced, and we will watch everything that happened that day right at that location opposite the bank. We got to see it. We need a camera, and the family needs to demand. The family need to have one big press conference, making some demands. I haven't heard the family speaking yet publicly. Make some demands. Insist. Show some concern. Those people who died are your family members. When they were alive, they took care of the various families. Make some demands. And we'll join you. But the reason why we can't jump in front of it, because you are family members. Okay, those of you who are on, Brother Ibrahim K. Kamara just put the number up. Our Cash App, Zelle, and SendWave number. I just pinned the number. So if you want to contribute toward this noble cause of helping the family, we just don't want to be talking and talking and talking. Talking is not enough. We have to identify with the family and show them love because they are distressed. They are going through a very tough period. So we can just keep talking and talking. Yes, we will talk. We will expose these things. We will reveal hidden information like I'm doing now. I'm saying, nobody even thought about this because they didn't play right to the bank. The bank got camera. Until my source in the NSA informed me, say currently they are chasing the bank manager and harassing him for the camera. So we need that camera. The CC camera at the UBA, we need it. A shooting spot. A shooting spot. You go there tomorrow, the camera will be there. That camera should not spot. We need that camera. That camera covers the entire surrounding where the car was parked, plus going down Broad Street, going up Broad Street. We need that camera. We need a camera. And I'm very sure the family is going to press for the camera. We're going to use whatever we collect, hire a group of professional lawyers and forensic investigators to get on this case. That's what we need to be doing right now. But like I said, some of us can just jump into it because I really didn't know Gifty. I really didn't know Albert. I'm just playing my role as an activist, to raise money for the families because I learned that Gifty and Albert were the breadwinners of those families. So those families may not just have money to pursue this matter to its logical legal conclusion. So our role is to intervene, to use our voices, to use our platforms to raise money for them, help them so that they can seek justice in behalf of their loved ones. So if you want to contribute, the number is here, 251-266-6509. And let me post the link. Abraham, can you post the link of our GoFundMe platform that was created by Madam Eve Laptro? My computer is off. I don't know why. I'm only using one phone, so I can be using the phone and posting the link. Let me see what I can get my computer on. The internet seems to be giving some technical problems, but I'll get it on. But either Hawa or Abraham, you can just post the link. It's on my page. You go on my Facebook page, you will see the link of the GoFundMe platform. But those of you who want to contribute, you can contribute through this number. The number is available. It's already pinned. Cash App, Zelle, and SendWave. Contribute whatever you have. Even 1 cent can make an addition to what we already have. So before going further, let me just provide you an update of what we have collected so far. So looking at my book, we have collected 1,367 United States dollars plus 9,900 Liberian dollars in a period of 48 hours. So we will collect more money, right? Every time we come on, we will speak to you and tell you why it is necessary for us to help the families. Right? Those of you who are compassionate, those of you who are caring, loving, those of you who believe in humanity and humility, you will help to support this initiative because it is squarely in the interest of seeking justice for the victims. So let me run you through quickly what we have because we promised. This is like my very first time asking people for money publicly. I have never done it before, but I'm doing it because I was really provoked, and I guess you were provoked as well about the manner and form in which these young, brilliant people died mysteriously. So this process is open. I'm not collecting any money. The money is being collected by Brother Ibrahim Kamara and Sister Eve Laptro. They are collecting. So what they are doing, they just write to me and tell me, that this is what is available. Then I come to you and tell you this is what is available. That's how we are doing it. This is how we are doing it. So let me go through it. For the GoFund, you go on GoFund right now. We have Eve Laptro, $50. Otello P. Rare, $50. Martin K. Ncolly, $100. Josephine Doe, $100. Alberta Davis, $25. Brepa Ellis, $25. ABW, $100. Now let me tell you why I'm saying ABW. There are some people, they said they want to remain private, and we respect that. We will not call their names. All we will do, we will call their initial or we call different initial. But the amount they pay will be right there. Right. Some of you, you don't want for people to know. You just want to be confidential and private. we will respect that as well. People who don't have problem with us calling their names and the amounts they have contributed, we will do it too. So there are two sides to this initiative. So that's it for GoFundMe. Cash App, how much we have collected so far. Number one, MZ Abraham Kamara, the host of Abraka Show. He's one of the persons helping with this initiative. He paid $100. Elizabeth Pakatil, $100. Monankoti is currently on the show. We want to welcome her. She paid €100. When you convert €100 to United States dollars, it's 117 United States dollars. Josh Shokoli, 75 United States dollars. Elizabeth Franklin paid 50 United States dollars. Ellen Cooper, 50 United States dollars. Louis Cabet-Free, 50 United States dollars. Seba Harris, 40 United States dollars. Massa Koyen, 25 United States dollars. Abi Benda, 20 United States dollars. Victoria Moyala, 20 United States dollars. Afat Lopu, 10 United States dollars. Joseph Gizi, 10 United States dollars. Thomas B. Foko, 10 United States dollars. Hastin G. Goko, 10 United States dollars. JMS, 50 United States dollars. RJ, 100 United States dollars. So let's go to mobile money. We have mobile money account too in Liberia. For those of you who are in Liberia, you want to contribute. The mobile money account number is available as well. You can just make your modest contribution towards this water initiative. So for mobile money, we have Adaman Soko Dori, 50 United States dollars. We have Kennedy Koto, 20 United States dollars. We have Hassan Barry, 10 United States dollars. James Joseph, 6,000 Liberian dollars. Colin Fremont, 1,900 Liberian dollars. Patricia Payoka, 2,000 Liberian dollars. So if you calculate the total amount of US dollars and the total amount of Liberian dollars, we have a grand total. So far, what we have collected, a grand total of 1,367 United States dollars plus 9,900 Liberian dollars. So the Cash App number is available. Those of you who want to join this campaign for justice, in pursuit of justice for Albert, Gifty, and Famboto, the latest victim who got mysteriously killed from the very same institution, LRA, almost the same department audit, because all these people were financial investigators. Why only financial investigators? People who can audit financial books, people who can audit autonomous agencies, state enterprises. Why only them? Why only them, fellow Liberians? Why only them? One thing I have to say to you killers, you will be discovered. We need a CC camera at the UBA bank. You park that car right at the UBA bank, the camera captured you. They were two, according to my informant. Not one person drove the car. There were two in the car. Parked the car, they got down from the both ends, and they started going as though nothing happened. Can you imagine? Wickedness in higher places. They got down from the both ends. The two of them were in the front. And they put Gifty and Albert at the back, lying down on each other. Got down from the car. The camera captured you. We just need a camera, that's all. We need a camera, and we will know the killers. Because those who drove the car are the killers. They will tell us how they buy the money to get in that car that they parked and they left there ever so long, up to now they haven't come back for the car. So probably they were crazy. So they just brought their car, they parked it, and they left it there up to now. They didn't get time for their own car. But all we know, we want the camera. So those of you who are on, join this process, join this campaign. Let's demand the CC camera of the UBA, the United Bank of Africa. Let's demand that camera. Because the only institution around that location where the car was parked that have camera or that has camera is UBA. Only UBA around there. If you look at the place where the car was parked, the only institution around there with camera are UBA. UBA. So UBA got to produce the CC camera for the sake of humanity, for the sake of justice, for the sake of truth. For the sake of truth, my people. So those of you who are on, I encourage you to hit the share button. We are about to discuss something very important as well. I don't know why this stuff is not working. So that's it. We've collected like almost 1,005 now. Please, those of you who want to contribute through the Cash App. The Cash App number is available. The Zelle number is available. The SendWave number is available. That's the same number. It's pinned already. All you need to do, just drop your contribution in, and we appreciate you so much for being part of this campaign for justice. Be a part of this campaign for justice, my people. Oh yeah, Tom B. Corey, the crime was organized. It was an organized crime. And only that camera can save us right now. If we get that camera, we don't be talking too plenty again. If we get that camera, in fact, some people will say there is no need for even autopsy. We already see the people who brought the car. Who you think we're going? We're holding the people who brought the car. Whether they say they were not the real perpetrators, now they will carry out to who killed the people and call them to come and carry that body and pack it on Broad Street. Yeah. The FOC in criminal justice is called FOC. Facilitators of the crime. So we'll hold them at FOCs, right? Whether they want did it out or they want do what, they will tell us who really did it. But so long we hold them based on what we will see on the camera, obviously we will know who actually killed those people. But the people were killed. Take it to the bank. They were killed. That country is unsafe, insecure. Everybody has to be careful, not only those working in government. People can give people $100. Say, go kill that man. Go kill that woman. That's how Liberia has become. Hunger is in the country. Unemployment is in the country. People dying from diseases. They don't have income, no money. That people are getting sick. Children are in school. Somebody can get anybody $100 or $200 or $300 say, go kill that man. That's how the country has become. Oh no, we are. We want you in 2017. Do not put this man in power. This man does not even know anything about governance or leadership. Ask the man whether he even served as prefect or president of his class in elementary, junior high, or secondary school. Ask him. Or he even served as chaplain. He has never before. Then you take the whole country. The whole country. You take it, you pull it in your head, you say, because he played football. Because he played football and he's popular. He came based on populist rhetoric. We have become president based on what is described, in my opinion, as populist rhetoric. Populist rhetoric. Because he's popular from football, that on. A lot of the young people are asking in 2017, why are you voting for We Are? Because he built the image of our country through football. More than 95% of them that are reason. When the war was fighting, you were the only person out there promoting the image of Liberia through football. Why are you voting for We Are? Because he's a good footballer and he became world best. Why are you voting for We Are? I asked a lot of them in 2017, all because of football. They say we were fighting war, and the only men who were out there taking Liberia into the international community were We Are. So let's get in the chain, the same way he care about name also, and the same way he will improve the country. Forgetting to know that football is different from governance. Football is different from governance. There is a difference between the executive mansion and SKD Sports Complex. On the field, fellow Liberians, there are 22 players. 22 players. You have the goalkeeper plus 10 other players on the main pitch. On one side, and the same on the other side. On the football field, what do you use predominantly? Your legs. Though you think and act through your legs, but you use your legs mostly. Predominantly on the football field, you use your legs. With all your legs, you can score goal. And to win, you have to score goal. So what do you score the goal through? Your legs. When I see people talking, we are got the country at heart. Then I ask, it is really in his heart or it is on his foot or in his foot? Where really does he have this country? The country called Liberia. Y'all tell me where we are really got the country, in his heart or in his foot? The president did not understand that there's a difference between the executive mansion and the SKD Sports Complex. At the executive mansion, you are to manage 5 million people and ensure that their situation improves. On the football field, fellow Liberians, how many people do you manage? If you are the captain of the team, you only manage 10 persons plus yourself. On the football field. And you only have one role to play. On the football field. And on the football field, you don't tell who to do what. It is the coach who does that. We are on the football field as captain. So he was getting instruction from the coach. He was not giving instruction. He was getting instruction from somebody. So how could anybody compare the football field with the executive mansion and say, oh, he played football, he scored so many goals. He led the team. Yeah, he led the team, but the team was being instructed by a coach. The team was being managed by a coach, and now we are. So still Weah was playing a passive role in terms of leadership. He was just like a captain. Anything the coach tells the captain, that's what the captain does. So his role was passive and not active. The coach role was active. Because at the end of the day, he took final responsibility for the defeat of the team. So how can you take a clueless and corrupt, extravagant footballer to the executive? Those of you who think the executive mansion is currently occupied, you must think again. It's empty. You have a shadow president in the executive mansion who does not know what to do, who has no plan, zero agenda, no strategy, no vision. And when a leader does not have vision, he feels insecure. When a leader is not academically or intellectually inclined, he feels insecure. And he begins to eliminate. Especially those who he perceives to be his enemies or political rivals. Yeah, those of you who want to contribute, the Cash App number is there. Please help to make this happen. Let's just help the family. That's what we are interested in. Help the family seek justice. We can't do all. We can't do everything like I told you last podcast, but we can do something. We can do something, my people. Now we're demanding a CC camera of the UBA. The thing happened right there. CC camera was on. Don't tell us the camera was spoiled. No, we will not accept that. Bring the camera. UBA needs to bring the camera. The camera was pointing right in that direction. You need to bring the camera. The camera was on. That bank is always on. The lights are always on. Electricity is always on. Nobody is going to tell us the bank was down or no. Bring the camera. So fellow Liberians, this is it. We've given you the full disclosure of how much we have collected. You know, this is a transparent, open exercise. Very transparent. Because this is my first time asking you to contribute to something. I haven't asked you before. I don't intend to ask you in the future. But I'm saying because of this situation, let's do it together and get at the bottom of this matter. So everything you pay, you will know. Even those who haven't paid, they will know what has been collected and what we have so far for the families. So those of you who are just coming on, we've collected $1,367 US, 9,900 Liberian dollars. This is another way of saying we are sorry for the death of Gifty and Albert and Famboto and the families have to take courage. This is our token, you know, of sympathy, you know, to the bereaved families. And we'll tell them, say, okay, this is because those who pay this money, they said they need justice for the victims. The families too need justice. So they will be happy that we are helping them to seek justice for Gifty, Albert, and the latest victim of mysterious death. So this is it, fellow Liberians. Let's fight this together. It's about Liberia. We must do all we can to fight for our country. The country is dying, and our people are dying with the country. Some people are dying ahead of the country because the country under Weah, if we gave the remaining 3 years to Weah, That country, just think about different things because you'll get nothing called Liberia. 3 more years on we are, the country is destroyed. Oh, the Cash App information is there. Madam Margaret A. Mampu Dyson. 215. I pinned the Cash App number. It's pinned already. Ibrahim K. Kamara's Cash App number. It's pinned already. 215-266-6509. We also have GoFundMe platform that was created by Madam Eve Laptro. It's available. Even you go on my page, it's there. I did a short post today officially launching the initiative, and a lot of people began to respond positively. So GoFund is available, Cash App number is available, Zelle number is available, SendWave number is available. Those in Liberia, we have mobile money number is available. Just go on my page, all the information, you will see it. It's there, those who want to be confidential, if you don't want to do it yet, just contact me in my inbox, or you contact Abraham Kamara in his inbox, or you contact Eve Laptro in her inbox. We are the 3 focal persons, working on this initiative for the family. So you can contact the other 2, or you contact me. They are responsible for the collection of the money. So we are grateful to God that you guys could contribute. It is biblically established that God blesses those who give. So your reward is not even on earth. What you've done, what you've done for Gifty and Albert, I guess they are just watching wherever they are. They are in Macadon already. We can do anything, but we can seek justice. When I say we can do anything, we can bring them back. Evil men have killed them, but we can seek justice for them. And this is what they will want us to do, I'm very sure. Because according to the information I received from their friends, their loved ones, these were people who sought justice for other people. They wanted the right thing to be done. So we are joining the family to do what is right in their behalf. And what is right is justice. So what you have paid here today will help to seek justice for these victims of mysterious death or of murder. So I just want to appreciate all of you who have paid, even those of you who will pay later. I still appreciate you. Still appreciate you. Yeah, sure, Moise, that's it. Abaka 2024, that's what will come up when you want Cash App or when you want send through Zelle. That's the name of the Cash App there. Abaka 2024. Sure, that's it. Abraham is right on the podcast, so he will give a lot of instructions to all of you who are already contributing. They are handling that part of the initiative. And those of you who are on, if you have your own platform, please help us to raise awareness about this initiative so people can contribute. Yeah, please help us. Do it on your page. You can just go on my page. The official launch of the initiative is there. I did the post today. You can just share it on your page. Encourage people to contribute. Even 1 cent is appreciated. You don't have to pay 100, 200, except you have, right? But even 10, 5, 20, it's adding up. It's adding up. That's your widow's mite. And it will certainly be blessed. So this is how far we are. Those of you who are on, let's call for the release of the CC camera at UBA. That day we saw the position of the car. The video is still available right to the bank. The bank's camera peeped the scene and saw those who parked the car. We need the camera. Government needs to start pressurizing the manager of that bank. It should be confidential. The bank is a private institution. They have their camera mounted for security reasons. So if the camera picked up anybody, you can't go to them and say, bring the camera, or you bring the camera, will harass you, will do. No. That the people private business they're running. We requesting the camera now. The families should be requesting the camera for the sake of justice and truth, so that we get at the bottom and know who really parked the car with the dead bodies. So this is it, fellow Liberians. Another thing we want to talk about two things before we close. You know, today is weekend. I don't want to take all of your time, so I'm going to be brief. Just share the show as you contribute your wills, mights. Just hit the share button so other people can come on to and contribute. Probably when we are done with the podcast. Another thing I want to talk about, fellow Liberians, you know, I posted on my page today and said the president operates from Liberia while the vice president operates from Ghana. You know, Liberia is a serious joke, right? Liberia is a serious joke. And look at the party that is presiding over Liberia, CDC. CDC is like a Trojan horse of human garbage. That's CDC right there. A Trojan horse of human garbage. A tragic mess. That's CDC. You can't get anything out of CDC. CDC is a tragic mess. It's a mess. And the mess is tragic. What do you get out of CDC? It's a misguided social club. How can you give the country to a misguided social club? So they have muscled the vice president. They have placed her under intense stress to an extent that she has even given up. She has even given up. On one occasion, she wanted to resign because of the pressure from McGill, from Twe, from those who have interest to becoming vice president of WIA ahead of 2023, putting the woman under pressure, forgetting to know that the woman was elected like WIA was elected. And none of them, not even seditions, they don't have no power to say she should step down or she should be removed. No, that's not an appointed position. The same way the president is elected, it is the same way the vice president is elected according to the Constitution. They come on one ticket as president and vice president. Presidential candidate, vice presidential candidate on one political party ticket. When that ticket is elected, it means that the both of them are elected. That's the law. That's the law. And the law is 50% plus one vote can give you a winnable ticket. If you don't have 50% plus one, it means that there will be runoff election between the first two highest or the first two winners with the highest votes. That's the law. So the vice president was never appointed. The vice president, like she can stay in Ghana up to 2023. She's the vice president. So let me inform you that the vice president has joined me in exile. We'll run the government from exile, the vice president and I. The vice president has joined me in exile. Let Mr. Weah be aware. She's not going back home. She's not going back home. The vice president is safe, well, and kicking. But she has to rest. She will rest until 2023. She still remains the vice president. Her salary will be running. Her gas slip will be running. Everything will be running. So that ambition to guy in and had to be vice president, he better find different country to be vice president. You better find, the vice president has joined us in exile. We are running the government from exile as well. Let president, we are in people be in the country. The vice president is with us in exile. Yeah. That put a woman under too much pressure until she run away from here. She left the country St. August. October. We are going to November. The president is with us in exile. She's not going back to Liberia, but she remains the vice president. The president will operate from in country. The vice president will operate from Ghana. We got together in exile. And you see the government operating power. A joke of a government. We told you in 2017, you guys couldn't listen. A joke of a government. President operates from Liberia. Vice president operates from Ghana. Yeah, that the government in power. That the government I want that. That the government I want that. You take one weird who does not know anything. You take the woman who knows book and and put it in power. Okay, we are feels intimidated by the presence of the woman because we does not know A from buffer. You gave we are a one-page document with figures and facts to analyze. He can't analyze. I can put my hair on chopping board. Gave we are a one-page budget, right? Just to analyze the agriculture sector and just have figures, various budget lines. Say we are analyzing. We give you 1 hour. Analyze one-page budget. Only the agriculture sector. How did we arrive here? What do we mean by this? You will not say anything. Anything. You just be looking at the paper. And the mayor made president. So because you have group of inferiors, you have group of arrogant illiterates in power, they tend to push people who are smarter and brilliant. They don't want smart people around there. Smart people, you go around and they'll kill you. That's how the government look at you. The government hates smart people. You see any smart people there now? The smart men that were there at the Ministry of Labor, they call him running for senator now. And you see him run away too. They hate smart people. The only smart man that were in CDC, he just left. They call him, I just forgetting your name, man. Somebody post his name, running for senator. I just forgetting your name. He was the smartest in CDC. And you see what they did to ask a Vatupa? Smart men that are, smart people brother. The CDC USA chairman, and you see what they did to Zakama? Smart people, they like smart people. CDC doesn't like smart people. You see all the smart people, you see how they chase them out of the party? You see what they did to Obe? A trained military man from the US Marine, they trashing out, they run behind him. They don't like smart people. The last smart man they had, they call him Phil Tapper Dixon. That you need that. And you see what they did to him? A very brilliant young man. Very smart. Very smart. You see what they did to him? You see what they did to my own brother Yanton? Yanton was in CDC. I said the people not less smart people. So if you go around and you smart, either they chase you or they kill you. Two options. If you are very smart, you're brilliant, you're in the country, and you're part of CDC, they either kill you or they chase you. Kill you or chase you. You got to take two. Or you be compelled to resign. Like Phil Tapper Dixon and other people who resign and say, no, I can't make it. Putting under pressure. They're less smart people. That's why the government failing. Because they do not want to hire the right mechanics. They do not want to hire the right mechanics for the Liberian. So the government failing. You see how they pressure the vice president until she said, oh, I'm sick. She had to go and rest. She's still resting. I want her to even rest up to 2023. I will see whether anybody who can say she should step down or do they want. We'll tell we have to step down first because the woman was elected as we was elected. So if she goes out for medication or whatever, even if she's better, she wants to be there, she wants to rest up to 2023, all right. Let we run the country. Let McGill run the country. Let Toy run the country. Senate can run the country. Group of novices, arrogant novices, who cannot even find solution to resuscitate our economy from negative 2.5% to even 1%. Our economy was growing at 4% under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Under Mr. Weah, it is growing below zero at negative 2.5%. Liberia's economy now is the only economy in the world that is growing at negative 2.5%. Because you got a group of arrogant novices and illiterates in power who do not know what to do. When we say these things, you think we hate them? No, we don't hate them. They hate themselves because they are a group of criminals. They have institutionalized corruption and imposed harsh, untold suffering on the people. And these are the contradictions we continue to identify. We don't hate them. We don't hate Mr. Weah. Look at what they did today again. And I'm coming there. The market. I talk about the market today. Then Mark Jabate can tell me, say, why you are not constructive. You are not constructive. Can you imagine? As though he knows the meaning of constructive. Go and see my reply to him. It's on my page. He doesn't even know what he's saying, my people. Who told you by building mini markets or open air markets, it can resuscitate the economy, or it can provide jobs, or it can give food to the people, or it can reduce hunger? Who told you? Do you really understand the real priority right now? You think it's building market? They can't even do survey, no research. They can't go build market. Because the people say they want market, yeah, they build market. In the midst of scarce resources and competing priorities, the government should be able to rationalize and analyze, apply scale of preference, list your needs and wants in order of importance. That scale of preference in economics, Mark Jabate. And you can do that, especially when you have scarce resources and you want to make rational choices. In the midst of scarce resources, and when you want to make rational choices, you apply the principle of scale of preference. Besides that, let us look at what is affecting the country right now. It's more structural in the context of economics. So you can even build 1,000 markets. The first question you should be able to ask yourselves, Mr. Weir and his people, is that what are the returns or dividends on these open air markets? In other words, if we build these markets, what do they bring back to the economy? What do they bring back to the economy in terms of returns or benefits? Before we can start building market, before we build this road, what will we get from the road? Let us analyze and quantify. People can do that one. They can go, oh, we will build market here because they want the votes of those market women. So a lot of those projects are political projects. They are not driven by research and analysis. They are not driven. I saw Mr. Weir celebrating a mini market. We should be celebrating market even by now in the 21st century. Those of you who are living abroad, are you celebrating markets? Even in Sierra Leone, people can celebrate market. Liberians still celebrating market. Open air market or not modern market. Open air. The market is open. That's not a modern market. Open air market where breeze can come in, breeze can go out. Open air market. We are still celebrating in this time and age. While Ghana is sending satellite to space, Rwanda is building computer and car. South Africa is assembling airplane. We are celebrating mini market. Are you killing me? Are you killing me? Go to Sierra Leone. They are building a new university of technology, science and technology. Ghana is building a new university of environmental science. You celebrating market, mini market, open air market. Then somebody is telling me the reason why we build a market because the people were under the ring. Oh, the people were under the ring? Then you re-roof. You re-roof the market. There was market already, then you re-roof the market. We got a number of markets. But the question is, do you have buyers to interact with those sellers? The answer is no. So the thing is, you do market analysis. You say, okay, when I build this market here, right? Let's look at the population in this particular locale or area. Let's look at how many persons are working. How many persons can afford? How many persons have purchasing power to go to this market and buy? Let me just inform you that due to inflation now in Liberia is 33.1%. The latest data, according to the World Bank. It's over 30%. When Ellen was in power, inflation was around 22%. We have a double-digit inflation. And when there is inflation in economics, fellow Liberians, nominal growth is negatively impacted. When nominal growth is negatively impacted, even nominal wage, what civil servants and other people get per month as salaries and allowances, is negatively impacted as well. So the purchasing power of the people reduces as a result of double-digit inflation or high inflation. So how many people have purchasing power? Why are we building this market? When you have more sellers, far less buyers. Sometimes no buyers at all. Go Monrovia, call in Monrovia, ask the people who selling now whether they can even buy from them. The reason why they will not buy, because people are losing their jobs. Companies are shutting down. Businesses are shutting down. And as these people lose their jobs, they are losing their income. You need income to go to the market and transact with sellers as buyers. People who go to the market to buy are buyers. They go to demand goods and services. Before you demand goods and services, you must have income. These people don't have income. So why are you building so many markets? Only for sellers? No buyers? Who will buy from them? Go now on Broad Street. Those of you who have family members in Monrovia, ask them to start walking from the University of Liberia, going straight up Duco, past Crown Hill, go straight up Duco on Broad Street. All the stores are closed. Why all the stores are closed? Because the business climate is not favorable. The economy is not working. I just told you growth forecast is negative 2.5%. If your economy is not growing, why are you building markets? People are losing their jobs. Zero investment, foreign direct remittances have fallen by 1%, according to the 2018-2019 Central Bank Economic Outlook report. Why are you building markets when people don't have jobs? When people don't have income? So who will go to those markets to buy? Who will go to those markets to buy? You know when can people build markets? You know when can people create markets? When the economy is booming, people have jobs, people have income. Government has spending ability because government is one of the largest consumers of goods and services. You don't even have money as a government to even spend. Then you're building markets. You owing your creditors in the country millions and millions of dollars. The government currently owes commercial bank over 65 million United States dollars. They have not paid. That is what is responsible for the liquidity crisis now in Liberia. A lot of those commercial banks do not have money to meet their depositors' demand. But they're building markets. When there is crisis in the financial market, they are building local markets, thinking that people will go there to buy when they don't have money. Fix the economy. That should be your concern. Fix the economy. You will not tell anybody to create market or establish. You'll get money, in fact, when you fix the economy because people will pay income taxes to you when they are working. You'll be able to even build more markets. But people are not paying taxes. Last fiscal year, the entire 4 quarters of the fiscal year, you had shortfalls consistently. You could not meet your revenue target, but you're building markets. While you are borrowing millions of dollars only to consume and not to invest. What kind of government is this? What kind of government is this, fellow Liberian? They can only borrow money from the IMF. They can only borrow money from the World Bank to consume. It's all about consumption. Buy flashy cars, pay their huge salaries, build their private properties just to consume. Not to invest in agriculture, not to invest in tourism, not to invest in energy, not to invest in technology, entrepreneurship, public sector investment. They don't care. Or private sector investment, they don't care about these things. WIA goes to the central bank and borrows over 400 million United States dollars. The government of Liberia owing the central bank over 400 United States dollars. I provided all the data the other day on my page. They are owing commercial banks over 65 million United States dollars. They haven't settled their debt. And more debts are being accrued. So the government has a lot of liabilities. They haven't even paid civil servants. Some of them for 11 months they haven't gotten paid. Civil servants. But they're building markets. Who will go to the markets? Civil servants. You haven't paid civil servants for 11 months. Why you expect them to get money from Mr. Weir? So the people do not even understand the fundamentals of economics. They're just running all around building things without doing any analysis or research about the advantages and disadvantages of the merits and demerits. And when I say to Mr. Weir that building markets do not solve our current problem, we have priority issues. And building markets is not part of our priority right now. No. You know when you can build markets? When your exports exceed imports. When you begin to produce more goods and services in your country, then you start building markets. Because your productive capacity is higher or larger. These people, they didn't go to school to learn all these things. That the people you get power to. A lot of these people, 99.9% of them, they didn't go to school to learn these things. Some of them went to school, but they short-circuited their way. They took the bypass. Some of them didn't go through the legitimate process. So when I was at the university, they said, oh, Martin Collins spent 64 years at the university. He hasn't gotten his degree. Some of the people bought the papers they have. Some of them, look at Mr. Buffer Chimber. He said he got doctorate degree. I exposed him the other day, fake degree. Fake degree. Samuel 12 claims to have MSc in economics. That's a lie. I got an ID number. And I just got it last week. I'm about to expose Samuel 12. He does not have no MSc in economics. Big lie. I finally got his ID number. But I'm focusing now on the death of Gifty and Albert. And I'm focusing on this passport scandal. I'm focusing on a lot of other issues. When I'm done, and the PhD Samurai Wolokoli has is a fake PhD. I got all the proofs. I will get on Samuel 12 and Samurai Wolokoli. These are fakers, academic fraudsters. That's who they are. I'm just waiting. This passport situation is very important to the interest of the country. The mysterious death of Gifty, Albert, and Van Boto, very important and grave as well. So we can leave these issues and begin to expose these squanners and fakers. But the credentials they have are fake. That's why the government is failing. The productivity in government is low, probably below 0%. So you building market, you want us to clap for you? Look at the market you build. Okay, who will go to the market? Do you know the average interest rate right now in Liberia is almost 15%? Interest rate is so high. Some banks, like you go to this bank, there's a bank in Liberia, a microfinance bank in Liberia. The interest rate is 23%. Some of the banks 25%. Who will go take loan with interest rate 30%, 25%, 23%? Who will want to go take loan and do business? Then he say he's building market. You got to address the structural and fundamental issues first. Market not issue. To build market, you can even take 2 days to build market. If your economy is working, people are working, people have income. You can take 2 days to build market structure. That's an agile structure. But address the structural issues. Address the fundamental issues. Currently, the economy is unstable. Very unstable. Fiscal stance is weak. We cannot even raise our own budget. We have to depend on donors to contribute more than 50% to our own national budget. Then you say you're building market. Government does not even have money to procure stationery. They owe in people who credited them stationaries. Stationaries don't get money to buy, but they say they're building market. So who will spend money in the market now when the government itself does not have money? If you look at the growth cycle, the government must have money to spend in the market to buy goods and services. Because when demand is high, then supply is stimulated. People are willing to procure more goods and services. Sellers, if they have money, they can procure, they can increase their capital. But they don't have money, nobody buy anything for them. How will they increase capital? How will they invest more to grow their businesses or their entrepreneurship? It's impossible. So you must first have money. All these things fall right on job. J-O-B, job. You must have job. Job gives you income. Those sellers in the market depend on your income to survive. Liberia has a free market system. In a free market system, forces of supply and demand interact. The economics 100 level right there. Economics 200 level, 300. The business. There's competition. And in the midst of competition, everybody fighting for profit. Who gives profit? The buyers. Without buyers, you cannot get profit. And what do buyers need to give seller profits? They need income. So if they are unemployed, how do they get income? The people in power, they don't even know these things. Small thing, they don't even know it. They say they're running government. My people here put the country in trouble. Then when some of us recommend to them, say, look, this is the solution. The other day, now I have written 2 different papers since we came into power. Practical economic solutions, how we get out of this mess. Go on the internet, they are published. 2 different economic papers. In one of those papers, I made 26 recommendations how we get out of this situation. Practical recommendations. Short-term, medium-term, and long-term. When the paper got to them, they say, oh, the men are opposition, the men hate we are. And you see how the people thinking? I'm suggesting how to help y'all. Y'all say our opposition, and here we are. You say, oh, the man here we are. We can listen to that man. We can listen to that man. That man write anything said I been there. They can tell me I should write for 12 years. You failing, you telling me to write for 12 years. You'll be in power for 12 years. With this mass failure, people come in protest. And let me tell you, I support the CPP protest. I will formally endorse it. I'm now a member of CPP, but I will endorse the protest. And we'll reactivate our bases. You know my role when I was in the country as a student leader. Control thousands of students. We will reactivate those bases. We will tell the students to come out and protest fellow Liberians. We will tell the students to come out and protest in solidarity with the collaborating political parties. When CDC was in opposition, we did the same. CDC had a protest against the administration of Madam Sally, who called the students to come and join CDC. I was an activist at that time. I'm still an activist. So sometimes we join in solidarity with the opposition, though we are not opposition, but for the sake of the national interest. You saw the June 7 protest, how we mobilized. It was a joint effort. It was a joint effort. June 7, the crowd you saw June 7, it was a joint effort, collaborating political parties, the Student Unification Party, the COP. Everybody came together. Everybody came together. And we put hands on deck. That's why, for me, if you ask me, because I'm hearing that the CPP wants to have a protest, at the same time the COP wants to have a protest. I think CPP and COP should come together and have one protest. Because people who will go to CPP protest, the same people will go to COP protest. The same people, so why are you having separate protests? In my opinion, it doesn't make sense. The very same way all of us chose to come together under one umbrella during the June protest, this should be. Because you can't exhaust the people. The people can go because CPP is saying her protest is starting the 28th. And it will continue. It might continue up to the time COP is having a protest. The 8th, I think the 8th or the 9th. Or between the 8th and the 16th. So in case CPP protest continue up to the time COP says is having a protest, then you have conflict right there. Conflict. The same people in COP, the same people in CPP. So there is no need for separate protests. If the people come together and put one pressure to bear, the Wiyale government will answer. If you even exit, for me, a nationwide protest, man, that Mr. Weir exits. He can lead the country, he's unfit. Who told you about building feeder roads, substandard feeder roads can resuscitate the economy, can put food on people's table? What's the return on Doe Community Road? Okay, say we have built Doe Community Road. What's the revenue the government has collected on Doe Community Road? He's not even thinking about major economic corridors, like the road from Ganta to Saclay-Pied, from Saclay-Pied to Tapeta, from Tapeta to Totan, from Totan to Zweju, from Zweju to Fishtown, from Fishtown to Harper, from Harper coming to Greenville, from Greenville coming to Barclayville. That's the economic corridor right there. It's going to open the entire country and spur growth and stimulate growth. That's how you should be thinking. You go on one Doe Community Road that it's just used for passage. It's a pathway. People there wanted to go home. What does the government get from there? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad to build Doe Community Road. No. I'm saying let's prioritize in the midst of competing priorities and scarce resources. That's my argument. We need to rationalize development and prioritize development. You get small money already. Then you're spending the small money on building few markets. You get small money, you're spending the small money on building few substandard roads. Why we can build one economic corridor that the entire country will be open and people will have direct access to the commercial capital. As far as Maryland, people will be coming from Maryland, people will be coming from Grand Crew, people will be coming from Sano, people will be coming from Grand Gida, people will be coming from River G, straight to Monrovia, and they will not take 2-3 weeks. They will take less than a day. Do you know what that means for the economy? But you go around, you're building substandard feeder roads that will not even take up to 1 year, and you see pop holes. Go to Johnsonville Road now. President Weah dedicated that road last year around May. It's damaged completely. Political roads. Why is he building political roads? Political projects are not sustainable. They are quick impact and not real impact projects. Quick impact projects, not real impact. Quick impact projects, fellow Liberians. Quick impact projects are not sustainable in the context of development economics. Real impact projects are sustainable and they bring returns and dividends to the economy. You know, I will take my time. One day next week, I will just lecture on economics, how we can get the country out of that current situation. So Mr. Weah can hear. Twa deceiving him. Twa doesn't know economics. Twa doesn't understand the structural issues of our economy. He doesn't understand the solution, how we find solution. He doesn't understand. He got lied to the because he's the only bug man right now. Failed application just left. So he's the only bug man. McGill got his degree since the 90s. He has not even added a certificate, no added value. Akara Gray got his degree 2001. Saying he got 1 degree, no added value. No added value. Eugene Nangwe got 1 degree in mass communication since the 90s. He has not added any certificate there. That's the kind of people you get a contract to. They are not in tune with contemporaries. They do not know what to do. They have read books of the 60s, the 50s, and the 40s. This is the 21st century. They do not understand the 21st century realities. And you take the country, you give it to Mr. Weah, who are playing football for 21 years. He served as ambassador of UNICEF for almost 9 years. He could not even convince UNICEF to build 1 maternal hospital in Liberia. Go see what Didier Drogba doing. Didier Drogba now is the ambassador for the World Tourism Organization of the United Nations. He attracted over 16 billion investment to Ivory Coast through the WTO, World Tourism Organization. We are ambassador for UNICEF, similar organization, for 9 years. He could not even convince those people to build 1 maternal hospital. Didier Drogba just became ambassador last year for World Tourism Organization. Go see the tourism investment now in Ivory Coast as a result of the negotiation and intervention of Didier Drogba. You sit down there, you say, oh, we are. Okay, let me update you. MZ Abraham Kamara just wrote, he said, Esther W. Batwa sent $25 for EB. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading the other part. All right. Well understood. Jefta Gatet, $20. Noah Dolo, $30. Thanks to all of you. So the number is increasing. You know, let's hit 2,000 US today. I'm sure before next week, we'll be talking about 3,000 based on where you will give your contribution. So, fellow Liberians, that marketing they're doing, that political project here, will not get anything out of that thing. Government revenue falling, inflation rate is high as 31.3%, unemployment rate is at 85.3%. Look at unemployment rate. People unemployed. How you expect them to go to market? Enrollment rate has dropped, and we'll come there because the Ministry of Education just increased permit fee. High schools were paying $40 United States per year. They have increased it to $290 United States per year. So they have not only increased surcharges and flow prices on voice calls and data, but they have also increased the permit fee of high schools in the country. Enrollment rate was already falling, then they have increased the permit fee. So those schools will increase their tuition fees too. And people don't able to afford those fees, their children will drop out of school. Now the men are putting power. Now the men are putting power, fellow Liberian. The trouble that country in power, the too big. It's really, really big. And if we don't stand up to fight for Liberia, people barely market and celebrate. You should not be celebrating market in the 21st century. Go to develop or developing countries around the world. See what they're celebrating. They're celebrating new discoveries, invention. Rwanda manufacturing her own laptops. You building market, open market, not even modern market. Go to South Africa. They are assembling plane, car. Go see projects in Ghana. Go see companies, factories. People celebrating jobs. People celebrating education. Investment in human capital. You celebrating market? You celebrating market? You should be celebrating expansion of your tourism sector. Look at how dead the tourism sector is. All Eugene Fagon does is to yell, to make noise. No innovation to even expand tourism in the country. And the tourism sector falls under the Ministry of Information. Because that ministry, the acronym of that ministry is MICAT. M-R-C-A-T. And MICAT means Ministry of Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Go and see the tourism sector in Liberia completely dead. They are not even able to resuscitate the Providence Island. The Providence Island, where the settlers came in 1821. They arrived on the Providence Island. The government is unable to even resuscitate that island so that it can attract tourists from around the world. All day, Eugene Nangwe, Eugene Fagon, they sit there and yell, only to insult opposition politicians, but they have no innovation to even expand or resuscitate the tourism sector. Go to Gambia. The Gambian economy is dependent on tourism. Even in France. Go to France. The French economy is dependent on tourism. Do you know how many tourists go to France every year? And you know how much billions of dollars France can raise? Look at the tourist sites we have. The pristine beaches, rivers, lagoons, ocean, May lakes. Look at Lake Tile. Look at the Blue Lake in Bomi. Look at the Patawi waterfall in Bon County. Look at the Providence Island. Look at the Canos on Duco. Look at the peak on Duco, in fact. Look at Cape Palmas. Look at Cape Mount. Look at Bomi Hills. Look at Stoughton Creek River. Look at the lagoon adjacent Stoughton Creek River. We have access to the Atlantic Ocean. Access to the Atlantic Ocean. Some countries are landlocked. But they are still investing in tourism. And we have pristine beaches. We have forests. Look at our park. The Sapo National Park. Just on the Sapo National Park alone, you know how much millions of dollars you can raise if you decide to invest in tourism and make that place attractive for tourists? Or you make it a tourist destination? People are not even thinking. No vision. People without vision, you tell them you get a contract to people without vision. And you expect to flourish, you expect to prosper. Those people cannot even manage themselves. Least to mention the businesses they had before they came to power. And you take your lives, the lives of 5 million people, you put it in your hands. They're playing football with your lives. That's why they have become so arrogant and intransigent to the plight of the ordinary people. Health workers still on protest. Legislative staffers, they are still on strike. Judicial staffers, they were protesting today again. They besieged the entire Supreme Court. Liberia is in trouble, man, people. We need to start talking about tourism. Some of us will have ideas to share. Some of you have ideas. You know how many Liberians around the world, very brilliant, smart, and they know about most of these things, but you are not even requesting them to help you because you hate smart people, brilliant people. When they try to help, you think that they want to outshine you. So you suppress them. You suppress them. You even viciously pursue them to kill them. So how will people help? When professional Liberians abroad decide to suggest, look at the situation of Dr. Dubayan. Dr. Dubayan, a scientist, he was suggesting to you the other day about the health protocols relative to this COVID-19. You send people to insult him on Facebook. You think Liberians in the diaspora will help you? Those people are knowledgeable. Some of them have expertise in different disciplines and areas. They want to help. If they suggest to you, you send people, your foot soldiers on Facebook, put their picture up on Facebook and begin to insult them. How do we help the country now? The government first should demonstrate openness and willingness for Liberians in the diaspora to help. Because those people in the diaspora, they know more than most people back home. Because they live in advanced societies, they have been education system in the country. Yes, the education system has produced some qualities, but not much. Because I cannot say the entire system is a mess. No, I fundamentally disagree with Madam Salif. Because some of us came out of that very same system. But it took a lot of hard work, personal work, self-study. We came out of that very same system. A lot of brilliant, bright people have come out of that very same system. So the system is not all messy. No, it's not all messy. But you cannot compare the system with systems in the United States of America, Canada, France, other parts of Europe, or other parts of Africa, or other parts of Asia. No. Our system is the least in the sub-region amongst Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Liberia, the 4 countries in the Mano River Basin. Liberia is the least when it comes to education, the quality of education. So our system is the least in the Mano River Basin. So practically and logically, you cannot compare our system with even Ivory Coast. You cannot compare our system with even Guinea or even Sierra Leone. So how can you compare our system with any other country outside of the Mano River Basin? However, the country has produced a lot of brilliant people of quality that can compete, that are even far better than people who are abroad. But the system is flawed. It needs to be overhauled. So when Liberians abroad want to contribute to their country, create the space. Create the space, because those people who want to contribute, they know more than a lot of people back home. And when I tell you this, is the science. Like Dr. Dubai, he was telling you what to do. You refuse to do what to do. That's why you have the debt toll you have. Improve on security. If you want for Liberians in the diaspora to come back home, improve on health. Because when the people come back home, when they are sick, you expect them to go to that JFK you have now? No. You are not even improving in the area of health. A healthy nation is a prosperous nation. Improve on health. Look at the money you're giving JFK, 6.1 million. While you are giving the office of the president 10.8 million. Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs is getting 10.8 million. Besides that, the security guards of the president, they are getting 7.1 million. We're spending 7.1 million to provide security for the president. But we're giving 1.1 million to the Liberia National Police that's supposed to provide security for 5 million Liberians. You think no people running government in our country? Eh? You think they're really running anything called government? You have to be joking. What is in our country is not government, my people. It's a shadow of a government, because the president is a zero president. The president is a zero president. The president, the people they are bailing market. They say that market will pour food on the people in West Point. Be saying now that be bailing market. Time is running out. Time is running out. The masses are becoming disgruntled. You build a market and get money to go to the market. Then got job. Unemployment rate is increasing. Go and read the latest World Bank report. Just this year, 2020, 526,000 Liberians will fall below the line of poverty. Then you say you bailing market. Be bailing market. That market will put money in their pocket. These people got no idea. The small money you got, be bailing market. That market will put money in their pocket for them to go there. I thought you should be creating an enabling environment to create more jobs, so that those people even empower themselves. Because so long as the enabling environment is provided, those people can find their own job. But the environment is hostile. It's not even conducive. The few investors we have, they are leaving the country. Businesses are shutting down. Why are you building market? Export is even declining. Export is declining drastically too. We were depending on traditional commodities, iron ore, rubber, gold, diamond. The prices of those commodities are falling on the world market. So inflows have also fallen as a result of falling prices on the world market. So we are not getting the inflow of foreign currencies in the economy like before. That alone is a leakage. That alone is a leakage. Hence, revenue, domestic revenue has also fallen. Because the companies that export these traditional commodities depend on foreign currencies coming from abroad as a result of these transactions before they can pay corporate taxes in the account of the government. So as long as they are not making money like before, how will they pay corporate taxes? They will cut down on staffing. And when they downsize those people at the various companies, government is also affected because those people were paying income taxes too to the government. They don't have a job. How do they pay income taxes? These people don't know all these things now. So when Liberians are losing their jobs at these various institutions or companies, they sit and fold their heads, forgetting to know that they are also affected. Because as these Liberians are downsized by these foreign investment companies, obviously government too will be affected. Those people are paying income taxes. They were paying income taxes. So when they are downsized, it means that household income will also reduce or shift downward on the graph. Because those people have households and their dependents depend on them. So if they give their dependents money, they go to the market, that's indirect taxes right there. But because they are no longer working, their dependents cannot have money as well. So who goes to the market you are building? Who goes to the market you are building? When those people are being downsized in the thousands and thousands every day. When those companies are shutting down because of the poor business climate. Who are you building those markets for? For sellers? Okay. So sellers will be in the country now. Who will buy from them? In as much as there is no demand, supply will not be forthcoming any longer because supply depends on demand. The shift in supply depends on demand. The number of people that demand a particular good or a particular service, the supplier will produce more. As long as demand is increasing, more people demand, supplier will produce more. These people here ain't thinking, So let's go to the last thing before we close. Like I said, I will find one day next week for us to lecture on a lot of these things because these are simple concepts in economics. I don't even want to take them to 300 level, 400 level. Because most of the people, they say they graduated from high school, but they are actually high school degenerates. They didn't graduate the proper way. Even from university, they cannot defend those degrees they have. A lot of those people in we are government, they can't defend the degrees they have. They graduated through the back door. You ask them about what they have, the credentials they have to even explain a particular topic, they ain't even ever. That the people you give power to. And the people you give power to. We'll find next week. We'll talk about that marketing. But let's talk about this decision, the latest decision by the Ministry of Education. I don't know why this thing not operating on my computer. I actually want to show you some documents, but my computer is having some technical problem. Yeah, I want to show you some document relative to the flow charges and the flow prices and the surcharges. The government gave an ultimatum of 12 hours. They say 12 hours. Celcom and Orange, the GSM companies, should reverse that decision. The decision still stands. 12 hours have passed. Now they have issued another statement asking those GSM companies to restitute the fund from their customer as a result of the increment in flow prices and surcharges on voice calls and data. You think the government serious? They're playing politics. They told the people to increase the thing because of public backlash. They went. They have done 2 releases now. Go on Facebook. The other releases there. Now they are saying the 12 hours they gave the people, they didn't abide. Lone Star didn't abide by 8. Celcom didn't, or Orange didn't abide by 8. So they have done another release asking them to restitute the fund of those people who use their services after the 12-hour ultimatum. You think the government serious? You have done 2 releases, giving 2 different ultimatums. The companies are not still abiding by those ultimatums. That's your government. They told the people to impose additional charges on you, fellow Liberians. It is not done. Just send me message to my inbox. Because I can read all of the comments here. So send me message to my inbox. Afterwards, I'll call you. But those of you who are on, like I said, if you want to contribute towards this initiative of seeking justice for Gifted and Albert, the Cash App, Zelle, and SendWave number is available. Is here. You know, the number is 215-266-6509. It's pinned already, so you can just go directly there and contribute your nickels or your dime. You know, so I want to appreciate all of you for always coming on. So, as I speak to you, the ultimatum of the government, they have issued the second ultimatum, my people. The government is playing politics. They gave the instruction to those companies, but because of the public backlash, they went and did 2 different releases, issuing ultimatum to those companies, playing politics with the lives of the people. The only hope the people had was to call their relatives and family members abroad to help them, because nothing happened in the country, the people are suffering. So at least the data they had, right? The data they had, the free international calls they have on those services, the government has taken everything away from them. So how do they call their relatives and family members abroad? At least to send 5, to send 10, for them to keep up, for upkeep. So the last hope they had, the government has taken it. But the government that called it said pro government. Pro government. They said the pro government. The last, you cancel 3-day free call. The first thing, the people had bonanza, right? They had 3-day free beats, right? You cancel all those free beats, free bonanzas. You cancel all. Ellen Johnson, Ellen Johnson, you know how many free beats the Liberian people were benefiting from? People used to leave their phone on and go to school, come out, the phone stay on. Free beats from those companies. Free bonanzas from both Lone Star and Circle. We are king and cancel everything. He didn't stop there. He added additional charges on calls and internet data. So how you want our people to survive? Then you build a market. You say you build, who will go to the market? Even the GSM market, you can't even manage it well. About the risks of his decision, because the flow charge is actually $2 65 cents charge, right? So the danger of that decision, fellow Liberians, is that the more you increase, right, the flow charge and the surcharge, the customers will definitely turn their back to the services of Lone Star and Orange. Because if you're spending like, for example, $2 just for 600 megabytes, for what? $2 in Liberia. It can buy you 4 cups of rice. A lot of people are now already working. If you keep increasing the prices of internet bundle, voice call, those people will say, okay, no need to call. My last $2 I have, I can go buy scratch card. No. Especially when I'm hungry. So then those companies will lose customers. The customer base of those companies will drop drastically, will fall, because more people will not be going for their services any longer. The people don't have money. The people don't have. Later they were managing to buy scratch cards and other. You have increased the surcharge and the flow price. The people don't have money, so they will not go for the services of those GSM companies. And if they don't go for the services of those GSM, the companies depend on those customers. That exists because they have customers base. They depend on customers for survival, for business, for profit. So if their customer base drops as a result of the latest decision, the harsh decision from the government of Liberia through the Liberia Telecommunication Authority, the company too will say, oh, but no business. And the company will shut down. Or if the company does not shut down, they will put people down, they will downsize. Because the intake or the inflow they used to receive, they are no longer getting it because of the harsh imposition of additional charges on calls and data. You people can't even start that decision. They can take decision because they just want money. They want money to pay additional properties. They do not look at the aftermath of the decision. So keep increasing prices. And I call on the people to come out and protest with the CPP. On the 28th, that protest beginning. The 28th, that protest beginning. We will begin to raise campaign about that 28th protest. People will come out. The CPP said there will be series of protests across the country. And with the weight the CPP has, you got Joseph Boakai, you got Alexander Cummings, you got Benena Yue, you got Yombli Kanga. If those 4 political leaders can just tell their supporters to come out in mass, if you add the votes of those 4 political parties, you're talking about more than 500 million. I mean 500,000, not million. 500,000. If they just call, because most supporters have already joined them as a result of the failures, flaws of the CDC in a relatively short period. Even seditions have joined the CPP. So you will be going up to 700,000, 800,000. If Bwaka, Komis, Yombli Kanga, and Benena Yue can come out, those supporters see them out protesting, the whole country shut down. Series of protests until they clean the voters' roll. And we will issue an official statement backing the protest of the CPP on Monday. Voices from SI will issue an official statement and will reactivate all of the student and youth bases in Liberia to join the CPP protest. We've already had some discussions yesterday with student leaders in the country, youth leaders. We will begin to reactivate our bases in Liberia. We'll give the mandate, students, youth, join the CPP. Though you are not members of CPP, join the CPP and protest until we can have some basic reforms. If possible, join the CPP to demand that Mr. Weah leaves. That is our ultimate objective. That is our ultimate objective. We told our people. So CPP protest until the 28th, let the government be joking. Then see anything here. That whole country will be shut down. The only thing is, Yombli Kanga must come out, Benena Yue must come out, Erizana Kumi must come out, Joseph Bwaka must come out, if they are serious about protest. Because we too will call our people to come out, to join the CPP in solidarity, because where we have reached is about the national interest. So all the 4 political leaders, the people just won't see you out. The people see you out, all of them will come outside. Our whole place will be locked down for days. For days. Until the Supreme Court can uphold its decision to clean the voters' roll and to take other necessary decisions in the direction of reform. If you don't clean out voters' roll, CDC candidates will win all the seats. That voter roll is not credible. I was on Ashford Garley's show this gone time. The consultant on that voters' roll in 2017, he called senior comrade Josiah Joker. He's in the United States of America. He was the consultant on our whole voters' roll at the National Elections Commission in 2017. And he explained how non-credible that voters' roll is. Talking about thousands of dead bodies' names on the voters' roll. Adding new people. The next should not have added new people. Go and read the law. I quoted the law on Ashford Garley's show the other day. Go and read the law. You cannot add new voters to the roll, especially when you are having special election. You can only recruit new voters, or you can only open the process for new voters to register when you are having general and presidential election. So the process that should have happened this gone time is what I call replacement of lost cards and damaged cards. Meaning you already registered, but you've lost your card or you've damaged your card. So you will go, they will check for your name on the list, they identify your face and investigate, oh yeah, this is you, you on the list, right? But your car lost, your car got damaged. So we give you a new car because you're on the list with the same information on the roster. But they were recruiting new voters. CDC brought people from across Africa Coast, Guinea, Sierra Leone, and they just registered them on the voters' roll. That kind of voter roll you would trust? The answer is no. But we'll talk about that more on Monday. We will declare formally our support for the CPP protest very soon, and we will begin to recruit and send our militants in the various trenches to begin to recruit for the 28th protest, because there will be series of protests. Series of protests. And those militants will join the CPP in solidarity. We still have trusted comrades and students who are leading the student movement currently, and they are interested in social democratic change in the country, though they are not members of CPP. But like we did during the June 7 protest, we recruited thousands of students and youth across the country to be a part of that June 7 protest when I was leading the student movement. When I was leading the student movement, we recruited thousands of people to be a part of that June 7 protest. That's why you saw the place very packed, because we were in the trenches mobilizing. a lot of our bases. We reactivated all of our bases. So we can do the same. As of the 28th, conversations and discussions are already ongoing. So if we are things that the people are joking, he saw the latest statement from the State Department on election, warning all African leaders, including himself, to not interfere because there will be unintended consequences, repercussions. That's what Mark Pompeo said. There will be repercussions for those who will interfere. And such interference lead to crisis of violence. Because when you steal the election, the people will carry in the street. Surely, Mr. Weah can take this for a fight. This is a guarantee, not a threat. If you cheat, if you rig the election, Mr. Weah, the people will carry in the street. The people carrying the street, if there's any trouble, you take greater responsibility. The U.S. will hold you responsible. Let the process be free, fair, transparent, and open, that people can see through. But if you want to cheat, you want to rig the process because you have become unpopular in a relatively short period, the people are watching, they will protect their votes. When people go to vote that day, they will remain there until the votes are counted, the results are placed on the wall. Everybody will remain there. That's why we start telling our people already. And that thing you call referendum, cancel the referendum. Cancel the referendum because there is no much education about the referendum. People don't even know what they will be voting for. People don't know the preposition they will be voting for. They don't even understand anything. They just see a picture on one banner telling them to vote. Vote what? You campaigning for a truncated term? We are aware. And we explain to our people already, they know. They know your tactics. They know your vicious strategy to undermine the democratic system of the country. So that referendum must be halted. Our people do not understand anything about that referendum. We can be having election, you're having referendum. We are having a very special election. We are trying to occupy the 15 vacant seats. Let's focus on the 15 vacant seats. Don't add referendum to it. Don't confuse our people. Because you will remain in power up to 2028 through a truncated term, claiming that you want to shorten your term. That's a lie. Worst case scenario, if the people vote for the reduction in the tenure of the president from 6 years to 5 years, that particular decision will take effect 2023. That means if we are, worst case scenario, if we are goes up to 2023, he has the right to run 2023. He has the right to run 2028. Because this coming referendum, if it happens and the people vote for preposition reduction in the tenure of president from 6 years to 5 years, it will not affect this first term of Weah. No, because law is proactive. It's not retroactive. So it will not affect his first term because his first term started in 2018. So this new law that the people will vote for to reduce presidential tenure from 6 years to 5 years will begin in 2023, the end of his first term. So you will have an opportunity to go for 2 more terms according to the new law because you are amending the constitution. The same thing happened in Guinea with Alpha Condé. The same thing is happening in Ivory Coast with Alassane Conte. With Alassane Ouattara. So we have to be sensitive. We have to be sound to detect this scheme, this conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. So let's call for the cancellation of the referendum. No civic education, no voters education. You just won't have referendum. What are the people voting for? Which preposition are they voting for? Do they understand those prepositions very well to vote for them? So the entire opposition have to call for the hot to the ref. Let's focus on election of the 15 senatorial candidates. Let's focus on election. You can't confuse the people. Focusing on referendum, focusing on election of 15 candidates. No. They want to confuse our people. So we'll begin that conversation on Monday. The last thing I want to say is that, you see, the government has increased the permit fee. Because, in Liberia, each school pays permit fee. Right? If you want to up in Liberia, you have to pay